Good morning. Today I will discuss labor costing of cost accounting paper. You know, labor is one of the four factors of production. It represents the human contribution to production and it is the major element of cost next to materials. Labor constitutes an important aspect of production. The total labor cost incurred by manufacturing unit consists of direct and indirect labor. It is treated as direct if it can be conveniently allocated to different jobs. Direct labor cost is the portion of wages or salaries which can be identified to a single costing unit. In other words, it is the amount paid to the workers engaged directly in the manufacture of an article. Indirect labor cost is the wages paid to the workers who are not directly engaged in converting raw materials into finished goods. Such costs cannot be conveniently identified with a particular job, product, or cost unit. Supervisors, inspectors, clerk are examples of indirect labors. From functional point of view, control of labor cost is effected in a large industrial concern by the coordinated effort of the various departments. Now I will discuss the personnel department. Personnel department, with the help of various department supervisors and head, is responsible for the execution of policies regarding the recruitment, discharge, classification of employees, and wages, which have been laid down by the board of directors or a committee of executive. The main functions of the personnel department are to recruit the workers, train them, and place them to the job they are best fitted. Whenever a new worker is recruited, a copy of the appointment letter containing all the items of the employee must be sent to time office for recording attendance, payroll department for making enrollment in the payroll. One copy of the employment letter is kept by the personnel department for maintaining the employee's history card. Two important records used in connection with the recruitment and placement of workers are employee placement requisition and employee's history card. Employee placement requisition, it is the process of recruitment starts when the personnel department receives a copy of the employee placement requisition. The requisition is sent to the personnel department whenever a worker is needed by a department. On receipt of such a requisition, the personnel department takes action to recruit a new worker or for reassigning a present worker. It is a task of the personnel department to receive formal application, interview applicant, and select them for positions and inform the department in need of workers of the selection. On employment, each worker is allotted a number known as ticket number or token number, and this number is changed when the worker is transferred from one department to another. This number is written on all documents wherever the name of the workers appears, because it is useful for the identification of workers having the same name for recording of attendance and in maintaining mechanized accounting. All recruitments are made in accordance with a labor budget and employee placement requisition. The labor budget specifies the number of workers under each trade and skill which may be employed in a department. The personnel department should see that the members of workers employed should not exceed the specified number, except in special circumstances necessitating recruitment of more workers. Recruitment of more workers should be authorized by a competent authority before recruiting them. Second important record used in connection with recruitment and placement of workers is employees' history record. The personnel department should keep a full record for every workers employed in the organization. The record is kept on a card known as employees' history card. The history card includes details about the worker, name and address, department, the name of former employer and reason for leaving him, date of employment, category, rate of pay, promotion and reason for leaving. Now I will discuss labor turnover. Labor turnover can be defined as the rate of change in the labor force. That is, it denotes the percentage of change in the labor force of an organization. In other words, it is a term used to describe the movement of shifting into and out of an organization by the employees. Measurement of labor turnover. Now, labor turnover as such is not desirable. A minimum labor turnover ratio of 2% to 5% is quite reasonable. But if this ratio exceeds, it may not be good for an organization health. There are three methods by which labor turnover is calculated. The methods are separation method. This method takes into account only when the workers have left the organization during a particular period. Labor turnover rate. Under this method, labor turnover rate equal number of workers left during a period divided by average number of workers during the period into 100. Second method, replacement method. This method takes into account only those new workers who have joined in place of those who left. Under this method, labor turnover rate equal number of workers replaced during a period divided by average number of workers during a period into 100. I'll repeat. Labor turnover rate equal number of workers replaced during a period divided by average number of workers during the period into 100. Third method, flux method. This method takes into account the total change in the composition of labor force due to separation and replacement of workers. Under this method, under flux method, labor turnover rate equal number of workers left plus number of workers replaced divided by average number of workers during the period into 100. Causes of labor turnover. The causes of high labor turnover may be classified into these categories: avoidable causes, unavoidable causes. Avoidable causes. The avoidable causes are faulty selection of workers. 1. Faulty selection of workers. 2. Lack of proper training facilities. 3. Bad working condition like lighting, ventilation, etc. 4. Lack of safety wages. 5. Long hours of work. 6. Lack of incentive. 7. Strained relationship with superiors. 8. Dissatisfaction with the job, remuneration, or working condition. Unavoidable causes are: 1. Retirement on account of old age and ill health. 2. Death. 3. Change of service for personal betterment. 4. Accident making workers permanently incapable. 5. In case of women employees, domestic responsibilities, marriage and pregnancy. 6. Termination on account of disciplinary ground and continued long absence. 7. Conviction of workers in criminal cases. 8. Revolving nature of workers to move from one job to another. With this word, I conclude my lecture for today. Thank you so much.